underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Rush in. Rush in.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This is caught. It's Ryan Brand. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Rodgers. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. On 1st down, Rodgers. And he's got the connection to the tight end Graham. Touchdown Packers. Jimmy Graham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun. Finds his rookie first-rounder. It's Noah Fant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play. 1st down. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall. 2nd tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the 2nd Iowa tight end taken in the draft. His teammate T.J. Hawkinson, 8th overall. He was selected by the Lions. But Noah Fant really wowed everyone in Indianapolis at the Combine, and now trying to parlay that into an impressive NFL career.
At the 42-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Flacco. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's third down.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's get it together, defense.
Throwing again. Rodgers stepping up. He's going to keep it. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Flacco from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Rodgers now to throw. The pass complete to Ryan Graham. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
That's the end of the first quarter. Good work, boys. Let's go.
158. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Plant.
Rodgers now on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. And this kid
got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Here we go. Wait. He's outside. Ready.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On first and 10, it's Lindsey. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Flacco. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Flacco to throw here on 3rd down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Zadarius Smith coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. On play action, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right, and an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Von Miller in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. Taken in at the 22. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Big stop, let's go.
Now Flacco. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And some room to work. 20. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Sliding out of the pocket. This is the tight end fan. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
To pass, Flacco. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Rodgers to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
Check. Watch 54. Exit.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Flacco looks to throw. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. On 2nd and 9, Flacco finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18.
A gain of 16.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Flacco. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Flacco. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Dean Lowry able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The kick by McManus is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Cut.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big run there by Jones, 47 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Von Miller gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Out. Switch.
Now Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Escape, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
To try again after the sack. Flacco, and he's going to go down again. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. Passing play, Flacco. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Preston Smith Able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Todd Davis, the Broncos' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on second down. Rodgers stepping up. He's going to keep it. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 38-yard line.
From the 38, Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd down now. It's Grant. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On first down, it's Jones. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Tackle made there by Mason Foster.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll go again to Jones. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And he's got the connection to the tight end, Graham. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now Crosby for the point after. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Flacco, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
He's pass rush, and the pressure gets to him again.
Brandon, what I remember most, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Again, it's Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Now that's a big pickup right there. And so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. In on the stop, Mason Foster, who was 7th in the NFL in tackles a year ago. Rodgers throwing here. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were really helped by their defense.